Good morning, it's Brian at Fitzpatrick's Garage, Dublin Road, Kildare. I want to show you this 2017 Honda HRV 1.6 diesel ES model. Brian is my name. If there's any information you like on this car, please do give me a call, 086 843 1945. Or if you come to the garage in Kildare, just ask for Brian. The garage is located in Kildare town. So there's a Maxall station just here, the Honda garage just here, there is a Hyundai garage here, and then further up the road you can see there's also a Mercedes garage, which is part of the whole group as well. It's a family run business in operation for almost 70 years. So basically if you come to spend money at a garage like this, you will be quite confident that the after sales service is really excellent. So back to the car anyway, which is the whole reason that you're looking at this here. So as we were saying, 1.6 diesel ES Honda HRV. This car is a car that's equipped with a 1.6 diesel engine. It has 120 brake horsepower with almost 300 newton meters of torque, so it's a really nice engine to drive. In terms of road tax, it's 190 quid for the year. And the other thing as well is then in terms of fuel efficiency, these are super economical. You will sit at about 74 or so miles per gallon. In terms of litres per 100 kilometers, that's going to be in the region of 4.1, 4.2, so super economical. You don't have to take my word for it, you can come try it yourself. Sometimes people wonder about 1.6 engines in terms of get up and go. Let's have a quick look to see what way we are acceleration wise on this particular car. So as we were saying, the engine is a 1.6. A lot of people that'll buy these will be probably preoccupied with reliability. So the good thing is they're an extremely reliable unit. It's the same engine that's in the Civic, it's in the CRV, and it's in this HRV as well. So super reliable engine. In terms of fuel economy, like, think about it this way: the Civic, which is a little bit smaller, which is the previous to the current generation, had this engine, and that was doing all day long, no problem, mid-70s per miles per gallon, which means you're in the region of 4.5 litres per 100 kilometers. This car is similar in terms of overall weight and stuff like that, so same idea, no problem getting those kind of fuel efficiency figures. Even this engine in the CRV was achieving no problem whatsoever, 50 to 55 miles per gallon, and that car is way bigger. So let's just have a quick at acceleration. So if we look along here, let's get to say 30 kilometers an hour, which would be your normal point for acceleration. So if we're sitting at 30 kilometers an hour, put my foot down now. Absolutely loads of get up and go. So basically overall guys, if you come to look at a car like this, I am 100% sure you'll be happy with it in terms of drivetrain, power, fuel economy and running costs so far. Just in case you're wondering, servicing is on average about 210 euros per year on average. You can buy a service plan from Honda, which is 649 euros, and that gets you 3 services the first 3 years. So divide that by 3, that's your average, which is about, I think, 210, 215, something like that. Anyway, the front of the car, as we see, first of all, 2 daytime running lights in through here, usual headlight structure over here, front fog light down through there. The car is excellent condition. You would expect that. It's part of our fleet. This car is currently sitting, at the time of the video, under 3,000 kilometers, I think 2,800, something like that. So it's really a brand new car. Okay, front of the car, parking sensors down through here, fog lights we talked about, and small little extensions on the bumper all the way across, just to give it a meaner and fatter look at the front. In terms of the nice thing about these cars is sometimes people like these because they want an SUV, but they don't want something as big as, say, for example, the CRV over here, but they still want an elevated driving position. The nice thing about HRV is that it gives you that nice big car feel, but it's not that difficult in terms of manoeuvring and parking, really no bigger than a Honda Civic. Rear parking sensors all the way across the back. One point actually I'm going to say is these are little transfers, they come off. So there's one there, one just underneath the driver's window, and one underneath the passenger window. All those come off. They're little transfers, very simple to take off, and there is no repercussions from them. The whole idea of the HRV is that is, as we were saying, high riding vehicle with a high driving position, but it's got a coupe, sporty sort of look. So if you look at the car overall, some people ask, is it a 5-door, is it a 3-door? Along here, because of the way the door handle is, it just has that more, I suppose, sporty profile along the back. Anyway, looking at the rear of the car, tail lights along here are LED. In terms of the boot, it's got a really nice big boot. So nice big boot. Down underneath, this car is a demo, so there is some stuff, just paraphernalia for sale stuff down under there. So you can either put a spare wheel in there, or you can put junk, as I have in there at the moment, which is just for information on the car. when it's sitting in the front of the garage. The boot's really big, guys. For a car in this class, I think it's got to be one of the biggest around, and it's comparable to that of the next size up, being the Qashqai and iX35 and Tucson and Sportage. Right, the seats are pretty cool because they are magic. So what I mean by that is I can lift this and I can, lock it in place. And that means now that is really suitable for transporting something that's high off the ground. Similarly then, I'm just going to open up this side so you will have a clearer picture of, now along there's better light, so you can transport some really awkward objects. Fine. After that then, if we want to drop it down, really simple, and then what I can do is one-handed drop that, and now you've got a flexible load area that's flat all the way along the back. So looking from the back here, so really, in fairness, if you have something awkward to transport, this car is going to give you the best opportunity you're going to get of actually being able to transport it without using a light commercial vehicle. In terms of the back seats, headrests, as you saw, 3 head restraints all the way across the back, and then after that it is armrest in through here. Okay, 2 occupants in the back are going to be very comfortable. If you want child seats along there, either side, so Isofix for child seat, Isofix for child seat. 2 comfortable adults. You will fit 3, okay, but in fairness, I think there is more comfortable cars on the market. You will get 3 people across, but it's not a car I would buy for regularly using 3 people across the back. CRV is probably going to cater for that market better. Power outlet in the back. Kangaroo pocket over here. Condition is excellent as you'd expect. Rear electric, and then child lock over here for windows as well. So if we want to close it down, depending on what height you are, you have these little handles for closing it back down. Okay, after that then, aerial up top, which is part of the car like a shark fin aerial, so it just means you don't have to take it off in the wash. Right, chrome door handle, which is stylish. In terms of the car on the outside, so if we have the lights on, for example, the key does a number of functions. So as you see, the lights are currently on. God, it's really nice and sunny today. A little bit of wind, but nice and sunny. Anyway, lights are on at the moment. That's fine. Let's let them, we'll lock the car, they turn off, fine. If we come back out and open the car, lights come back on, fair enough. So that's really handy for your driveway. Watch the wing mirrors. If I lock using the key, the wing mirror is retracted. If I unlock, windows will drop from the key, or similarly again, if I lock, windows will retract back up. So all real simple and very functional. The wheels, by the way, are 17-inch polished wheel, which is, I love polished wheels because there's a lovely reflection of them in artificial light or else during the sun as well. It just looks really, really cool when you get the nice, the right type of weather shining on them, which in Ireland, okay, let's face it, is not very common, but artificial light is. Right, okay, inside. Key start, fine, foot in the clutch to start it. Okay, over here, electrics for rear windows, electrics for front windows, central lock, child locks for windows, fold in the wing mirrors. Over here, there's a few functions. Econ, first of all, we press that button, round white area becomes green when you're driving economical, and when you're not, it's white like this. Cruise control over here, air conditioning over here. Once economy is engaged, they become less aggressive. Traction control is always on, so it keeps the wheels with grip getting the power. So in other words, if the rear end of the car moved around, the wheels with no grip, power would move onto the wheels that actually do have grip at the time. Safety wise, just while we're at it, driver, passenger, airbag all the way up the side for the passenger, curtain airbag all the way down the side for front and rear passengers. Similarly on my side, curtain down the side of my seat, and then curtain down the side of my seat, side impact protection airbag in the side of my seat, and then over here curtain airbag all the way down for side impact protection. Plus these doors in the front and the rear back here, they also have steel bars for side impact protection. The brakes in front of me, if I slam on the brakes, I still have full steering control under heavy braking because I have emergency brake assist, anti-lock brakes and emergency brake distribution. So all very good stuff. In terms of other safety features as well, in here in the clock down through here, it tells me things like if I am going through a say for example 60 km/h zone. Information will get displayed up here to say that look, you're in a 60 km/h zone, 80, 100, whatever is really useful. Lane change warning: if I drift out of my lane without using my indicator, it'll warn me that I've changed lanes without actually using that. And it's also got a forward looking radar, so basically if I am under 32 km/h and I'm about to impact an object, it will apply the brakes if my feet have not touched the pedals in time. All very useful stuff. Cruise control with speed limiter, automated wipers which come on themselves at night, automated lights which come on themselves at night, plus when you meet an object they will dip, and when you go back into a country area or unlit area they'll go back into full. So really handy. Voice activated Bluetooth off the steering wheel over here, and then this is controls for trip information like average speed, fuel consumption, all that kind of information in through there. In through here, usual revolution counter telling you when to change up and down for correct appropriate times to change your gears. Little tunnel down in the center, sorry about my hand there. So okay, one thing I don't like about the car, this is really cool but it's a little bit out of the way. So over here, USB 1, but it makes up for it in some ways. You got USB and USB, so a lot of cars are just one. This is 2, so you can charge your phone and play an iPod or something like that, or 2 people can charge their phones. HDMI if you want to play video up in this screen up here, and then 12 volt outlet here to match the one that's in the back. I actually don't know what people use 12 volt outlets for, I'm not going to lie to you, but maybe satellite navigation, something like that. Storage with a movable armrest, back and forward for drinks holders, and if you got a big drink at a McDonald's you can make it even, you know, deeper. So really cool. I love the gear stick in these, it's so nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all very nice in reverse, over and back. Parking brake, which is, some people are afraid of sometimes. Honestly, I promise you they're simple to use. So if you have a normal car, you lift your handbrake, and when you're finished your journey, you let it down. Fine. With this one, you lift your handbrake, and then you let it down. It couldn't be any simpler. Brake hold, which means that will stop you from rolling backwards if you're on a hill or something like that. Up here, you have start-stop function at a traffic light, where sometimes the car will go into a stop function. Everything else will stay running all the way across the car, but it just means the engine will stop in the effort to save fuel. But your foot has to be off the clutch and you have to be in neutral. So and again, that's if you want to turn it off. Heating controls are lovely. Touch screen over here, fine, warm and cold, speed up or slow down. Independent, so you can synchronize them, which means driver controls everything, or you can unsynchronize them, so passenger has their own controls. Front windscreen demister, rear windscreen demister with wing mirrors. After that then, air conditioning on or off. Automated function, just if you set the car, get me to 22 degrees, it'll go do its own thing. After that then, okay, the screen, if you want, you can use the radio without ever using the screen. So I can turn on the radio here. Okay, I can press source and it's going to say change digital radio, FM, whatever it is. And then I can use all that to go up and down through volume, up and down through stations. And then this here is to go between different screens depending on what I'm using. Fine, that means you can use the radio without ever using the screen. The screen is a Android setup, so go back into home. Okay, so audio functions are in here. So things like, you know, where do you want your music to come from? I want it to come from FM. And then rather than having presets, you can go station list like that. So pretty cool. AHA means you can use any internet radio station on the planet once you sign up for that service. It will need the data from your phone, but a lot of people have unlimited phone these days anyway, data. Phone for mobile phone, obviously, if you want to take calls and go through your phone book, all that kind of stuff. No phone's connected right now, so these menus here are not highlighted because we haven't connected a phone. General settings, App Store if you want to buy apps, trip information in here, and then this is pretty cool. You go into this section here, which is Android, and the biggest and coolest thing in it is a browser. So if you have your phone's data switched on, you can go Googling and all this kind of stuff. So damn cool. The other thing about that as well is it's got the parking sensors that we saw, so this screen is related to that. So if I drive forward towards this building, probably not the best way to do it. Anyway, so it's telling me I've got a problem in front, and then if I go backwards towards this, what is it, Volkswagen Polo, let's make sure it stays a Volkswagen Polo. Okay, so it's telling me I've got a problem behind me, and actually if you look, there I am, and there's the car, so you see the kind of gap it leaves you with anyway. So all very cool and easy to use. So engage the handbrake, back into neutral. So guys, that is our Honda HRV that has been part of our fleet, which is now for sale. The colour on that car is polished metal, which I think is one of the best colours in it, because it actually suits. The mouldings are black, so I think the black and grey goes together overall very, very well. The car, we can offer you excellent part exchange values because we always have people looking for trade-ins that we sell, which are going to be less expensive than the brand new cars, and we can offer you finance because we deal with every major lender in Ireland, so we have extremely competitive finance rates. If you want more information on the car, please do not hesitate to give me a shout. Brian is my name, and I would love to hear from you. So if you're down the country or anywhere you are, just please do give me a call, 086-843-1945 if you want figures, or if you want to know what your car is worth, or just general information. Don't be afraid to ring. And the other thing then, the car has a warranty until 2020 and has roadside assist until 2020. So if you want a car that is easy to drive, economical, reliable, it's fun to drive because it's actually got some good power. Resale value is always strong in these because the market is far from flooded with them. I think this is definitely a car that's worth considering, but don't take my word for it. Come down and try it yourself. As you're saying, we're right pretty much slap bang central enough in Ireland. So junctions 12 or 13 off the M50. Junctions 12 or 13 off the M7. If you know Kildare Village shopping outlet, we're about 3 minutes from there, so give me a call on the mobile, I'll be able to tell you where to go. Thank you for taking the time to watch. If you watched the whole video, fair play to you, I'd appreciate your time, and hopefully this particular car is of interest to you.